Hey everybody, what's up? It's Ando the Mando. I'm broadcasting from the garage, aka the dungeon, and I want to have a bit of a blab about sharpening trimmers and how I do it, and how I go about it. So I'm talking at this bit of a bad angle here because I'm 6'2", but my trimmer is not 6'2", so that's why I'm leaning down like this. First of all, I'll show you what I use with my hedge trimming gear. So first of all, I've got the short-handled Makita 600mm blade. I've got the long-handled Makita 500mm blade. This is my favourite tool at the moment. This just does everything. So I only use my small Makita now for access. If I can't get the big one in, I will only use the small one just for access, because the big ones just puts you in that great position. You're not hunched over on your back and all that sort of stuff. But then I get to the big stuff where I use extensions, and so I run the Milwaukee multi-tool, which I have edges. I've got the hedger extension. I've got 2 hedger extension poles that reach out 10 meters and all that sort of stuff. So this is what I'll be sharpening today. This is the Milwaukee hedger, which I've just brought back to life. I've actually got 2 of these. This is the newer one that I have. My older one is the Thrasher that I just use in swampy garbage stuff that I don't care about. So this is my good one that I use with the big extension poles, and this is what I'm going to be sharpening today. So I'll give you a bit of a quick backstory on this. I probably used this about a couple of weeks ago, and I think it was a wet day, or I used it on a wet hedge. And I always try to avoid working in wet conditions because water gets in between here, right? And then you get rust, and then it seizes up your blades, and you don't want that. And that's what happened to me. So I always, if I'm ever working in wet conditions, I'll go heavy with the lubricant, you know, some sort of water disperser, a WD-40 or something like that. So you really want to go heavy with the lubricant just to keep the water out of this area here, because it'll seize your blades together. And I actually had to soak it in WD just to get it going again. So that was my own stupidity, but I brought it back to life. I've cleaned the blades. So what I use to clean the blades, and this stuff is amazing. I'll just quickly go and get it. So I use this WD Lawn and Garden cleaner. It's a citrus-based cleaner. This is the best stuff I've ever used. I also have this Still Super Clean, which I don't think this really does much at all, to be honest with you. I've used this a bit. This is the stuff, mate. If you've got sap, if you've got garbage, this'll get it off for sure. So that's what I use. So let's talk about sharpening the blade. So what you want to do is, so this is what I use. I've got a grinder with a sanding disc on it. It's a plastic backing with a 120 grit sanding disc on it. This will cost you $10 from Bunno's. Alright, so grab yourself that. I've just got it on a cordless grinder. So what you want to do, I know some guys do it with a Dremel. This is twice as fast as the Dremel and gives a better job, in my opinion. And look, I would be safe to say that this is how the shop sharpens it as well. If you're sending your trimmers off to the shop to get sharpened, they're sharpening it with this. So what you want to do, you'll notice on your blades that there's beveled edges like chisels. So we just want to get in there and just continue that angle like that. Now I'll try and hold the camera with one hand and show you how I do it. So we'll see how that goes. It's a little cordless grinder. It's reasonably safe. So let's first get on some gear. You always wear your eyes, mate. Once, so I've had metal in my eyes before. Twice I've had metal in my eyes before. I've had to go to hospital. They put a blue dye in your eye, then they pick out the metal with a needle. That's happened to me twice over the years in different things that I've done. So I always wear eyes. Always wear your glasses. And it's not until you get hurt that you realise. Ears, always ears. Alright, so I'll try and hold the camera and see how this goes. This will either be on when good times go bad or something like that. So let's see if we're here. So you see how I've got the blades spaced there. So what I'll be doing is, so this is, you know, it's a bit of a time consuming process, but I want to be doing that edge, that edge, that edge, that edge, all the clean exposed edges, and then over on the other side. And then we want to reverse, then we want to turn it over and do that edge, that edge, that edge, all of them, and on the same side. Then you've got to change blade position, so this is over there, so you can get the other side. It's a bit of a process, but once you get into it, it's not that bad. So let's see if I can do this one-handed. So where are we? Alright, I'm doing some bad camera work here. One-handed. So let's see. So alright, you might be able to see where I've got that there, but you get the drift. You know, it's hard to do it one-handed. You got to do it two-handed, but you get the drift of what's going on. You don't want to take off too much meat. You just want to bring up that nice shiny edge. Okay, so give that a go. Get the 120 grit sanding paper and give it a go, mate. Give it a go, because look, you've really got to be trying very hard to stuff it. So just back yourself, give it a go. Let me know how you get on. Alright, cheers.